Hey everyone, welcome back to another Modern Warfare video. Today I'm going to show you all how to get the Obsidian Camo as fast as possible in the game. I've packed this video with a lot of tips, so make sure you guys are sticking around to the end of the video so you don't miss out on any important tips. If you guys find the video useful, be sure to leave a like on it really helps me out. But without further ado, let's get into it. So the other day, Infinity Ward added the brand new Obsidian Camo. I'm going to quickly talk about how to unlock it for each different type of weapon. Then I'm going to talk about the best game modes, some class setup tips, and then useful tips at the end. So the Obsidian Camo can be unlocked individually for each weapon. So for most of the weapons, what you have to do is you have to earn 15 kills in a match with that specific weapon. So for example, the assault rifle, you have to earn 15 kills in a match with the assault rifle, and you have to do that 200 times. You have to earn 15 kills a match and do this 150 times with SMGs. You have to get 15 kills and do this 150 times with the LMG. You have to get 15 kills in a match with the sniper and do that 125 times. You have to get 15 kills in a match with the marksman rifle and do that 125 times. You have to get 15 kills with a shotgun in a match and do that 150 times. And for pistols, you have to get 15 kills in a match and do that 100 times. So the number of times you've got to do it differs depending on what weapon class it is. There's also different challenges for the launchers, knife and riot shield. So for the launchers, you have to destroy 100 vehicles for 3 of the launchers, with the exception being the RPG, where you have to get 5 kills in a match and do that 150 times. With the knife, you have to get 10 kills in a match and do that 125 times. And then finally with the riot shield, it's literally just get 750 kills with the riot shield. First off, I'm going to talk about tips for the first set of weapons, and then for the launchers, knife and riot shield, I'm going to give tips on that in the end. I'm also going to do specific videos for those, so I'll have a playlist for that in the description when they're out. So for most of the weapons, it's get 15 kills with that weapon and do it X number of times. At the moment, however, there is a slight caveat to that, and that's that currently batches of 15 kills seem to overlap between games. So what I mean by that is, let's say the first game I got 13 kills with that weapon, and in the next game I got 17 kills, that would still count as 30 kills, and obviously 15 times 2 is 30, so that would count as 2 points towards your challenge. This is a bit weird. It may be a glitch, we're not sure, or it may be something that they actually intended. And if it's something they intended, you need to think of it more like get X number of kills with the weapon, instead of thinking of it in batches of 15. So for example, what I mean is, let's say I was doing the SMGs. So for that you need 15 kills with the SMG and you have to do that 150 times. Technically what that's actually asking you to do is get 2,250 kills with the weapon. For assault rifles, you need to get 15 kills with the assault rifle 200 times. So technically that's just asking you to get 3,000 kills with the weapon. Like I say, this may be a bug, they may fix it in the future, in which case I'll let you guys know, but currently it's acting so that you don't actually have to get at least 15 kills in a match, so don't stress out if you don't get 15. As long as you next time make up for that by getting more than 15, that will balance it out. You don't have to get more than 15 in matches. Generally they all add together. You can get kills across any number of matches generally, and basically they should all add up to get a certain number of kills, which will get you the camo. It's a little bit confusing, but just think of it as trying to get as many kills as possible in a match. So obviously if this is a glitch, they may patch it in the future, so therefore I'd suggest to do this challenge as soon as possible, because this is an easier way. And if they make it so that you have to get at least 15 kills in a match, it's going to make it a lot more challenging. So if you want Obsidian Camo, I'd suggest you do it ASAP in case they patch it and make it more difficult in the future. Now there's one specific requirement you have to do before starting this challenge. What you have to do is you have to get gold camo for the specific weapon you're trying to get obsidian on. But as a note to that, you don't need to get platinum or Damascus on that gun to get obsidian camo. It's literally just gold camo. So therefore you don't have to have gold camo on all the weapons in that class to go for obsidian. Literally just get gold camo on whatever one you want to get obsidian for, and then you can start going for obsidian. And like I say, obsidian is earned for each specific weapon. So once you do it once, you can then do it multiple times, for all the different types of weapons. Now if you haven't got gold camo for the weapon you want obsidian on, I have got a playlist in the description, and I'll leave a card on the screen. That's got a lot of useful videos for helping you guys to get these camos faster. It goes through all the different challenges, breaks them down, makes it easy. So go and check that out if you need any of those challenges done to get gold camo. Okay, so what kind of game modes should you be looking at? Because that's a really important factor here. So personally, I'd recommend Shoot the Ship playlist. It's currently the one that's in the game, although sometimes they switch it out for other game modes, and we'll talk about what happens if they do that in just a minute. So generally, Shoot the Ship, it's a really good playlist, but you ideally want to be going for Shipment. Shipment's great because you can get a high number of kills in a short amount of time. It's really good for that. Although I know the spawns are a bit annoying, you can sometimes get spawn trapped, but generally you get a lot of kills. It's a really good way of doing this challenge. The other map in the playlist is Shoot House. That's okay, you can get some kills, but it's quite a bit slower, I often find. So basically what I'd recommend is that if you get put in a lobby with Shoot House, back out of the lobby and try and go for a different one. If you're struggling to find a shipment lobby, I'd recommend hopping between core and hardcore version of Shoot the Ship to try and find games of shipment. Now I understand at the moment people are having difficulty getting into matches. The recent Infinity Ward update has caused problems finding lobbies, so hopefully that's fixed in the near future. As well well as this, you ideally want to find longer game modes, so ones like Domination and Hardpoint, because these matches are longer, which means it's actually more efficient for getting these kills. That's because if you're playing lots of short games, what's happening is you're playing the game, then you've got to wait for the game to finish, load back to the menu, then you're in the lobby for a while waiting for a new match, then you've got to load up the game again and start all over again, and that constant process actually means that you're spending a lot of time waiting for the game to start. It's very inefficient, so if you find longer game modes, you're able to get more kills. And also, because Shipment's really good at getting kills, you want to have longer game modes so you can get more kills in that map. So therefore, a really important tip is that if you think a little bit more time in a match like Shipment could get you a lot more kills, I'd highly recommend to try and prolong the game where you can. So for example, if you're playing Kill Confirmed, that's probably not a very long and efficient mode, but let's say you're playing Kill Confirmed, what you'd want to do is just not collect the dog tags if your team is winning. That way it gives the enemy team a little bit more of a chance, so it prolongs the game. The other thing is, if for example you're in Domination and your team is winning, try not to capture the flags and try to help the enemy team to capture them so that the game lasts a little bit longer, and vice versa. If the enemy team is winning and you are losing, then obviously try and go for as many Domination flag points as you can. Just do whatever you can to prolong the matches, but only if this doesn't harm the number of kills you're earning. So if you're spending ages trying to go for flags and not getting kills, it's not worth it. But if you think you could do a little bit more time, try wherever possible to prolong the game so that you can get a few more kills. Like I said a minute ago, what happens if there isn't the Shoot the Ship playlist there? There's a couple of different things I recommend. So the main one is to search for Shipment and other close quarter combat maps like Rust, Shoot House, Hackney Yard, Crash and Vacant. Search for those ones in other playlists. What kind of playlist do you want to be going for? Well, it's up to you, but objective modes again are going to be very good for this because again they're longer matches. So that's ones like Domination, Hardpoint and Headquarters. I generally recommend staying away from modes like Free For All because that caps the number of kills you can get at 30, and even then it's quite slow paced sometimes, so avoid matches like Free For All. So for the class setup, obviously it depends very much on what weapon you're trying to go for Obsidian Camo on, but you just want to be using attachments that help you get more kills. So generally things like extended mags or sleight of hand perk, or attachments that increase your aim down sight speed or sprint to fire speed. So attachments that speed up you reloading, having more ammo, or being able to shoot the enemy faster. Ones like that generally help you get more kills. Obviously tailor it to the weapon. For perks at the moment, I would either suggest using Cold Blooded because you're undetectable by AI targeting systems like kill streaks, and also thermal optics, which is kind of important at the moment because a lot of people are going for the Bruin Mark 9 LMG, and for that you need kills in the smoke. Alternatively, if you find you're dying a lot from explosive kills and stuff like that, especially in Shipment, go for the EOD perk because that reduces the amount of damage you take. So in perk 2, my recommendation would be either using Hardline or Pointsman. Hardline makes your kill streaks 1 point less to earn, and Pointsman converts your kill streaks into score streaks. So for example, if you cap a flag in Domination, that gives you score towards your kill streaks as well, and that helps you to earn them a little bit faster. Now for perk 3, it doesn't matter too much, but I've put on the tracker perk just so you can see enemy footsteps, see where people are walking, and hopefully you can come up behind some of them and get more kills. For the tactical, it's not that important, but again, something like a stun grenade would be good because maybe you can throw it across the map, stun the enemy, and maybe get a kill on them. Lethals, it doesn't matter at all because you don't want to be using them, and I'll explain why in a little bit. For field upgrades, there isn't anything that gives you a massive advantage, but I generally like using something like Dead Silence or Munitions Box, something like that. And then for kill streaks, you only want to be using the personal radar and the UAV. This is because that helps you to see enemies on the minimap, but don't use any lethal kill streaks because that takes away from the kills you can get with your weapon. So what tips can I give you guys? Given that it seems that these camos are actually all just about kills, you obviously want to get kills as fast as possible. So only work towards the Obsidian Camo on one weapon at a time because that maximizes the number of kills you can get with that weapon. So for example, if you went for an SMG and an assault rifle and you're trying to get kills with both in a match, it just spreads yourself out too thin and you're getting less kills with each. It will take much longer than if you just focus on one weapon at a time. And similarly, like I've hinted to a minute ago, you want to avoid using lethal equipment, that's C4, grenades, stuff like that, and also your lethal kill streaks, so basically anything other than UAV and personal radar and care packages, because these take away from the kills with your weapon. So if you're getting kills with those things, you're getting less kills with your weapon, and therefore that takes longer. So avoid that and just go for kills with the weapon. So like I said, you want to be using the personal radar and UAV, and you want to do this alongside using enemy callouts and the compass as well, because this will all help you to get more intel, to find where enemies are, to try and go find them and get more kills on these enemies. So definitely use all that to your advantage to see where enemies are and get more kills. And even though you're going to be getting kills with a specific weapon, use the best class setup for you. If you find you're really good with a specific perk or attachments, go for it. Same with game modes and maps. If you find you're really good on a map or a mode, go for it, because you might do better than what I'm suggesting with this setup. So tailor it to your personal experience. Like I said before, you want to do whatever you can to prolong matches as much as possible so that you're getting more kills. If you can think of another way to get more kills, then do it. So now I'm going to quickly talk about how to get the Obsidian Camo on the launchers, the Riot Shield and the knife, and then I'm going to talk about my opinions of Obsidian Camo. So for the launchers, the most efficient way to get Obsidian Camo is to actually equip it as a secondary alongside the main weapon you're grinding for Obsidian. So that way, if you're in a match and you're grinding for Obsidian Camo with that specific weapon, then you see there's a score streak in the sky, such as an enemy chopper, you can literally then just swap to a secondary weapon, which will be your launcher, pull that out, shoot down the kill streak, and that way you can start progressing with that Obsidian Camo in the background while also focusing on your main weapon. Let's say that you don't want to go for another weapon, you only want to go for the launcher. If that's the case, you want to be going into game modes with a high amount of vehicles and kill streaks. So this would be game modes like Ground War, that'd be quite good, or any other game modes you can think of which has got lots of those kill streaks and vehicles. But I'll have a video dedicated to launchers coming soon, so check the playlist in the description and I'll have a card on the screen when that's available. For the Riot Shield, again, you just want to go for kills, so something like Hardcore Shipment would be a good idea again, because there's lots of enemies, you can easily run up to them and get kills on them, it will be very easy. And similarly for the combat knife, you want to be going onto close quarter combat maps and modes, especially ones like Shipment and from Shoot the Ship 24/7, although I'd highly recommend you doing core mode so that you don't die when running up to an enemy to stab them. So that'd be my suggestions for the different weapons for getting Obsidian Camo. If you've got any other tips, let me know down below in the comment section. Hope you found it useful. If you did, be sure to leave a like on the video, it really helps me out. Feel free to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my upcoming Modern Warfare challenge or tip guides. Thank you so much for watching, let me know your thoughts, and hopefully I'll see you all on the next video.